This recipe is not suited for millennials because millennials have the same trouble opening a can that they have opening a savings account. And also, we're going to be cutting avocados. Cutting avocados can be very dangerous. There's even a rise of an injury called the avocado hand, which is basically you being stupid and cutting your hand trying to open an avocado. And even though it's not only millennials getting hit with the avocado hand, we all know who is to blame for the rise of the avocados. It's California. The only part of this recipe that's millennial friendly is because we're going to be using an Insta pot, and was one of the most sold items in Amazon right now. And it's millennial friendly because, of course, it basically cooks by itself. The next step to make this more millennial friendly is if we could have a delivery service that could just come in, open your thing, put a recipe in, press play, and voila, that's done. Because it can't be easier than this. And if I'm just thinking out loud, that might be a startup idea. Please don't steal it. It's copyrighted by me now. So let's get started. Enjoy. We're going to start with 1 pound of some sort of beef. And then add 2 cups of beef broth. Then we need 1 onion. We're going to dice it. And 2 garlic cloves. Next, we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder and 1 tablespoon of ground cumin plus salt. Next step is to open a can of diced tomatoes. And if you are a millennial and you don't have a can opener, you can always just give up and don't do this recipe. Next, half of a small bar of dark chocolate. And set it to cook on slow cooker for 8 hours. I forgot to film myself setting this up. So this means 8 hours later.
2 hours ago.
Actually, 10 hours later.
Let's check.
It looks great. Everything is melted. The chocolate melted.
Looks terrible. It smells really good.
Next, we're gonna start doing the nachos.
First, heat the oven.
So we're gonna use 5 tortillas, corn tortillas, spread them up on a tray, sprinkle them with olive oil, and set them to bake. And this is the tricky part. Opening the avocado. So you don't want to be a statistic, so pay attention. Step number 1 is put it on the cutting board. When it hits the pit, move it all around. Get your fingers out of the way. Step number 2 is to twist it to open both halves. Voila. That's beautiful. Now it's removing the pit. This is the part where people get hurt. The idea is to get the knife into the pit in a way that you can twist it and take it off. It's kind of hard. I see now why people get avocado hands. Okay, got it. Yes. Perfect. Cool. Next, you want to dice the avocados. You need to be careful to not cut through the skin. Otherwise, you're going to cut through your hand. After like 15 to 20 minutes, the chips are going to be a little bit harder and crispier, but it depends on the thickness of your tortillas. So it could take longer. You just keep an eye on them so they don't burn. So it doesn't burn and your smoke alarm starts going off and then your landlord comes running in. So you don't want that to happen. Sprinkle your tortillas with shredded cheddar cheese and put it back, but only for like a minute. So it melts. See, that's how it looks. Now we're going to grab all that. Careful because it's hot. Sprinkle it with our little green onions and a little bit of the chili powder. And you can eat this with salsa, which is already done. So another lazy millennial situation. And the avocados that we safely cut before. This is how it looks like when it's done. It looks amazing. The chips are great. The salsa was kind of spicy, but that's okay. The stew is really nice. Yeah, it's really simple. If you're lazy, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Thanks for watching.